Hello, my dears. Today, we will talk about how to make a business profitable in HoReCa industry. HoReCa means hotels, restaurants, and coffee shops. Basically, we all know that this field, this industry, it's one of the most exciting when talking about the way of running this kind of business, of the people that you may encounter in there, and on the image that you have. However, it comes with its fair share of financial and regulatory changes. How can you navigate through all these obstacles to avoid any type of penalty and to ensure long-term profitability? This is something that you will find out if you stick with me in the next few minutes. And I will try to clarify everything related to this field and the necessary things that you need to do before or after starting this kind of business. Business in HoReCa field. So let's see what are most likely to be encountered by you in this field, the problems, the obstacles that you may face if you start this kind of business. And first of all, it's bureaucracy. Unfortunately, here in Romania, to open a company became much harder than it used to be because the trade register changed the platform, and now to register a company, you need to pass through at least 22 steps in order just to qualify and to submit the request. Basically, if you don't know Romanian, it's almost impossible to go through all these steps to register the company here in Romania. Secondly, you may face with unclear legislation. Basically, all these changes through from year to year, especially on this field, may lead to uncertainty, and you are not quite sure what to do and when to do and how to do it. So this is one of the second most important obstacle that you may encounter. Also, you may have high initial cost. Basically, if you want to open a business in this industry, you need to know that you need to have a big capital in the beginning in order to buy equipments, to rent the space, to hire people, and so on. The initial capital that you may need is quite significant, and in this case sometimes may delay the opening of the business. And the fourth challenge from my point of view would be tax registration issues. Basically, to open a company, incorrect tax registration may lead to unexpected costs. Basically, for example, if you want to be a micro-enterprise and you don't hire in the first 30 days after the creation of the company, of course that you will switch from 1% tax or 3% tax to 16% tax on profit. The difference is quite high. So you need to be really careful also to the tax registration issues. Now, I believe that it's good for me to let you know that all these HoReCa setup challenges, initial setup challenges, may be overcome if you have the right people near you. So let's take the first situation with the streamlined bureaucracy. Basically, if you have someone near to you that takes care of all these steps and does all his work properly and correctly and in time, you will not have any headache regarding registration of the company. Basically, you will have the company created, let's say in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month maximum. And from that point on, you can do everything that needs your attention with the company and setting up of the new location, let's say. Regarding the uncertainty of the law, my advice in this case would be to have a previous meeting with an accountant that takes care of all this kind of situation and ask him what are the taxes, what are the taxes on salaries, what are the difficulties on this field, how do you pay the people, how do you register everything in accounting, and so on. It's really important to have this meeting prior opening a business in this field. And 3, you can secure funds. How? You can, for example, access European funds if you already have a business in this field here in Romania. Or if not, you can access national funds with Startup Nation program, in which you can open a company on this field. Now, you don't know how to do all this together, at least you can contact us and we may help you, guide you, and support you in everything. In our company, you'll find legal solutions about opening the company. You'll find accountancy and fiscal advices regarding the setting up of the company. And you'll find also a solution for European funds. That is why we are a hub of services. We can guarantee that offer you the best solution. Now it's your turn to contact us and ask and put all the questions that you may have in mind. Okay, now we've talked about challenges in opening a company and challenges in the industry in general. But because we are an accounting company, I will let you know some challenges that has this particular industry and how to tackle with them, because it's really, really important to know what kind of business you will be in. So stay here with us and let's name them. First problem or first challenge would be cash flow management. If you did not have any experience in this kind of field, this management of the cash flow, basically the money that you have, might be a big problem. Because as you all know, this kind of field, it's sometimes has fluctuations and can be on seasons, winter or summer. How do you work with this and what solution you may find? First of all, of course, if you can predict a cash flow for the next 12 months. This is the best idea. You need to monitor daily your incomes and your expenses. And of course, establish a reserve fund if you can. This would be some solutions that I could find instantly, but depending on each business that you may think or you may have already, the solutions might be quite different. The second challenge, and it's also really important because generates a lot of losses if it's not managed properly, is the food stocks and basically perishable food stocks, which can lead to a lot of losses. My advice for this would be like this: to calculate the raw materials that you need daily and make maybe the stock only for 1 week, to make an inventory at least once a month to see, and if there is some stock that is basically on the paper but you don't have it, to make all the paperwork to lose it also from accounting file. It's really, really important. And of course, to have all the papers in behind. If we talk about perishable food stocks, that means that you need to have the expiration date of all of them, to have a proper accounting system to register, and so on. The third challenge that you may face is the accountancy of the tips that the waiters are receiving. I don't know if you knew it, but here in Romania there is a law in which the tips is put it on the fiscal receipt that the client receives. Basically, you will receive as company the tips for all the employees that you have, and further, you need to distribute it to all your clients, of all your employees. Of course, only if these tips is already put it in the fiscal receipt, because this is somehow a gray area. They may receive the tips also without being put in the receipt. So let's talk about the one that is on the receipt. Basically, you need to collect and not to register your company with receipt, with income, to retain the taxes for this income, for these tips, for all these tips, and after that to distribute to all your employees, and of course not to have any problems with them. So you need to be really careful how to distribute it to them. What would be the solution in this case? From my point of view, I would say like that. Update your employment contract and talk to each employee and see how he wants to receive it, and what is the procedures that you may establish with all of them. And of course, to use modern laptops, modern software system in which you can detail everything and in which you can see for everyone how much is the income, how much is the tips. That would be a solution from my point of view. And the fourth challenge that you may face would be payment and reporting obligation. I don't know if you know or heard about this, but paying late, of course, that this generates penalties from fiscal authorities, but sometimes for not paying, you may also risk criminal file. For example, if you don't pay the contributions to the employees, you may risk criminal file. The solution for this would be to pay, of course, on time all your employees and all the taxes to tax authorities in order not to have any court order enforcement or something like that. To submit all the declarations in time, and of course put everything in order, because starting with 2025 there would be a new declaration that we need to submit, which is also for all tax authorities and also for the stocks. The new declaration, it's called SAFTE, meaning Standard Audit File for Tax. So it's quite important and a big deal. We have a video only about this, so stay in touch and watch that video as well. Okay, good. Now you may ask yourself, with so many things to handle, is it still worth it to open a business in this industry? Of course it's worth it. If you don't believe me, you just may look on all the businesses around this field. Basically, everybody finds these small differences that makes him different from the other, and that makes his business a good one and a business in which clients come again and again. So yes, it's possible. You just need to be really attentive and to turn all the challenges in opportunities. How do you do this? Of course, my advice would be to have experts near to you, because this is the easiest way to handle everything and to not to have any headache. It's important to have a good accountant with you, a good fiscal consultant. If you have a consultant on European funds, why not? Maybe it's an opportunity to develop or to start in some situation. To have a legal advisor with you to help you with all the changes and challenges regarding the trade register. This would be the best solution, to have experts for everything, to rely on them, and in this way you may have a good business in this industry. How do you make it? Either you call us, because we have almost all the expertises that you need on this field. Either if you call us and you need something specific, of course that we may guide you with the right persons on this industry. I hope that you loved all about everything about this video. You like it. Of course, if you like it, give a big like. And subscribe to our channel if you did not do it yet. And stay in touch with us to see any more specific subjects as this one. If you have any recommendation, of course, I'm open to hear them, so put them also in comments. Thank you and have a nice day.